main problems you have with blonde hair is keeping it from looking green. So what I try and do is I start off with a little bit more red in the mixture so that as I blend it, it doesn't go green as much. I'm using a simple black background, and the reason is because I will never retreat from my belief that high contrast is the best thing you can do in a painting. So what I'm doing is I'm using the black as a foil to her blonde hair so that she stands out a little bit more. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding, obviously, tiny little highlights. Every time I add a highlight, I get more volume. You have to be very careful when you add these highlights. See, I like to empty the brush. In other words, I like to put down 5 or 6 highlights at once while I still have the paint on my brush. The trouble is that when you do that, you have to be careful that you don't overlight something. Like, for example, that area right there might have been just fine, but I'm used to highlighting highlights and thinking, well, let's build up just a little bit more paint there. I also see that this side of her face is a lot cooler and brighter, so I'll empty the brush there too. And if it turns out that I've made it too bright, I'll just blend it out. I'm going to blend it out regardless, but I'll blend it out slightly more if I'm wrong. If I'm really wrong.